Here are the top stories of the news. Presidency says Nigeria moving closer to establishing state police. NDC defends conduct of primary elections, dismissing allegation of imposition. The foreign saying government forces opposition fighters exchange heavy gunfire in Somalia's capital. Good afternoon and welcome to News at 12 on Western Spring Television. I am Femi Ojo. The presidency has said Nigeria is moving closer to establishing state police, with progress made towards the constitutional framework required to decentralize policing. The development follows months of consultations involving the presidency, the National Assembly, and security authorities aimed at strengthening the country's security architecture. The Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, disclosed this on Thursday while briefing State House correspondents after a consultative meeting on state police convened by the presidency at the State House in Abuja. According to a statement issued by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onunuga, deliberations on the proposed state police framework began several months ago, following a directive from President Bola Tinubu. The President Chief of Staff explained that the immediate priority is securing constitutional amendments while enabling legislation would follow. Some bandits invaded the Ibosi area of Idogun in Ose local government area of Ondo State, destroying 2 buildings and kidnapping a 9-year-old boy in the early hours of Friday. It was gathered that the bandits entered the community at about 1 a.m., shooting sporadically to scare residents. They reportedly destroyed 2 houses before picking up the victim and whisking him away to an unknown destination. The boy, identified as Oluwatobi, said to be the son of a pastor in the community, Isaac Olaoshebikon. The State Police Public Relations Officer, DSP Abayomi, who confirmed the incident, said efforts were ongoing to rescue the victim and apprehend the perpetrators. In the meantime, government at all levels in Nigeria have been charged to step up the efforts to nip the challenge of insecurity in the bud. The President of Federation of Muslim Women's Associations in Nigeria, Form 1 Ocean State Chapter, Dr. Fauziya Adenike Zubero, gave the charge the news conference in Oshogbo, the state capital. Form 1 condemned the abduction of pupils and teachers in Oyo State by kidnappers and called on security agencies to rescue the victims from the kidnappers without further delay. The association also called on the Osun State government to be proactive in preventing bandits from gaining access to the state and ensure safety of teachers and students in schools. Dr. Zubero said the association dedicated its 2026 Humanitarian Week to issues around insecurity, to deepen conversation on the challenge and contribute its quota in offering pragmatic solutions to the problem. She also saw the support of government and philanthropies for the orphanage and the children.
A special Jumat service will be held on Friday at Central Mosque, Oshogbo, and cleaning of mosque premises in all the local government headquarters. All imams and religious leaders will deliver their sermon on the sub-theme Insecurity and its resultant effects on lives and properties. On Saturday, there will be a symposium on other sub-themes at the state secretariat, where resource persons will deliver lectures on the theme and sub-themes. Local governments will also showcase and exhibit their finished products. I want to use this medium to appeal to the state government and other philanthropists to support us financially so that we can move our orphanage homes and other projects to a greater height.
The chairman of the Accord Party in Oshogbo local government area of Osun State, Asimiyu Ajibola, popularly known as Baba Isila, was shot by suspected gunmen on Wednesday night in Oshogbo. The shooting has prompted a police investigation into what the state government described as an attempted murder. It was gathered at the Atado Court about 9:50 p.m. around the MDS area of Oshogbo near the Oshogbo Community Bank access causing panic among residents as gunshots rang out. According to a report, the assailants opened fire on the car conveying Ajibola and his associates while they were traveling through the area. The gunman pursued the vehicle and unleashed a barrage of gunfire in what appeared to be a coordinated attack. Eyewitness said the occupants managed to escape and sought refuge at the Dugbe Divisional Police Headquarters in Osogbo before the attackers fled the scene. Ajibola was subsequently rushed to the University of Osun Teaching Hospital, Osogbo, where he was admitted for treatment following injuries sustained during the attack. In other news, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja has ordered the African Action Congress AAC presidential candidate and online publisher Omoyele Sowore to enter a defense in his ongoing trial for alleged criminal defamation of President Bola Tinubu. In a ruling, Justice Mohammed Umar rejected a request by counsel to Sowore and Michelle Abubakar that further hearing the case be adjourned until after the court's forthcoming vacation. The judge ordered that further hearing the case be conducted daily, beginning from Friday, when the defendant shall be obligated to open his defense. Sowore is being prosecuted by the Department of State Services (DSS) for allegedly making false claims against President Tinubu by calling him a criminal in post he made on his X and Facebook accounts. At the day's proceedings, the prosecuting lawyer, Akilolu Kehinde, said the case was fixed for yesterday to get the Chief Judge's response to a May 19 letter from Sowore requesting that the case be assigned to another judge. A fierce battle for the leadership of the opposition caucus in the House of Representatives erupted into a dramatic confrontation yesterday as lawmakers engaged in a heated exchange over allegations of forgery, blackmail, and attempts to influence the race for the position of minority leader. The drama began during plenary when the member representing Ado Okpoko Ogbadibo Federal Constituency of Benue State, Philip Agbese, accused Federal Constituency of Imo State, or member rather, representing Idiato North, Idiato South Federal Constituency of Imo State, Ikenga Ugochinyere, of using his signature without authorization in a document purportedly nominating him for the office of minority leader. According to him, although he had engaged in discussions with several lawmakers, including Ugochinyere, on issues affecting minority lawmakers and constituency projects, he never signed any document endorsing the Imo lawmaker. The situation escalated when Ugochinyere sought permission to respond, insisting that allegations leveled against him during plenary and on a live broadcast could not be ignored. The outspoken opposition lawmaker categorically denied forging Agbese's signature, maintaining that the Benue lawmaker personally endorsed his nomination form.
The person who signed this document, Honorable Sheyi, I have not seen him since December 2025. So I'm at a loss, and I feel that my legislative privilege has been breached because this amounts to forgery for my signature to be used for purposes which not intended for. Mr. Speaker, I want to seek of the leave of this House to probe and investigate and to stop further any use of my signature going further for any of this kind of purpose.
So, Mr. Speaker, I subject to your fatherly decision to sit on the matter, but it was important that such outrageous lie and attempt to defame and blackmail should be vehemently refuted. Our colleagues who were there when he signed will be brought forward before you, Mr. Speaker. I understand that at the moment, overwhelming majority of 61 members out of 81 opposition members elected me. It may not go down well with some people, but I never expected that their desperation would get to this level. And also important, Mr. Speaker, that those who are now more interested are those who are not even members of the minority. But I subject to your decision to rule on this matter as a father, But that must apply that people, in seeking alternative options, must apply decorum and abide by what is decent. Because this is outrageous and unacceptable. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Let us not overheat this issue. We already have agreed to move by 2 o'clock. Let us leave everything. If there are issues, let's discuss there. Please, I beg you. There is no point, please.
The Senate has stepped down consideration of the Chartered Institute of Training and Development of Nigeria Establishment Bill 2026 following stringent debate among lawmakers over its relevance and potential overlap with existing institutions. The bill, which seeks to establish a professional body for certified trainers and development practitioners in Nigeria, drew criticism from several senators who questioned its necessity and scope. Leading the opposition, Senator Abdul Ningi argued that lawmakers should not approve the bill merely because it originated from the House of Representatives. Concerns were also raised that the proposed institute could encroach on the functions of existing training and management development institutions. Senator Kwame Bamidele suggested the establishment of a subcommittee to ensure that the legislation complies with Order 78 of the Senate rules for further consideration. Senate President Kusula Pabi further backed calls for closer scrutiny of the bill. The bill was subsequently stepped down pending further review and clarification by the committee.
Okay, so we just put you in the committee now. Yes, this order 78, some arguing about it. People will look through it and know the merits and demerits. And the chairman of Senator Abdul Ningi, Ni Adegbomero is there, Ositangu is there, and then you, the same senator, we're taking you back. Please do us the honor of looking through some of these bills. So according to is it the view of the Senate that this particular bill be referred to this subcommittee before being brought back? Those who support say aye, and those against say nay. The ayes have it. So we step it down for the committee to do its work before going back to us.
The Nigeria Democratic Congress, NDC, has defended the conduct of his recent primary elections, insisting that no candidate was imposed by the party's national leadership. It also said all aspirants were given a fair opportunity to participate in the democratic process. In a statement issued by the party's national secretary, Kena Inekwezu, on Thursday, the NDC said its candidate selection process was driven by consultation, consensus building, and stakeholder engagement through established leadership structures across the country. The party also insisted that its national secretariat was never involved in the business of picking, choosing, or imposing candidates on any constituency or state, contrary to allegations that have emerged following the conclusion of the primaries. The NDC noted that in the southeast geopolitical zone, its presidential candidate, Peter Obi, joined the party with an existing network of respected political leaders and elder statesmen who currently serve as caucus heads across the region. You're watching Spring News at 12 on Western Spring Television. We'll be right back after this break. Stay with us.
Up to 75